the amendments made in the laws of NAB, which is called National Accountability Ordinance, has made NAB redundant. It's basically become a toothless tiger. It has no authority. And on top, they had another amendment the day before yesterday. They said that NAB has no authority to probe into any case that amounts to rupees less than 50 crore. So that is very ironic, and that is ridiculous that anything less than 50 crore seems not corruption to these people. You can see from this their mentality that anything below 50 crores, they say, okay, no need for an accountability for that. Let's not allow NAB to probe into that. So this has become a joke, and this is the reason it derails the process of accountability. It totally vanishes. It totally destroys. It has made the process of accountability only to the extent of a joke. And you cannot, it says that you cannot arrest a person if he has done something in good faith. Nobody knows the faith. Nobody knows what you are thinking deep down inside. Then they say that if a person who is holder of a public office and he is in grade 17, 18, 19 or a politician, you cannot ask him to prove where he has gotten that billions of rupees. NAB would come and prove that the burden has shifted to NAB now. They would prove that, listen, it was this contract or it was this transaction that particular day, you took this much amount from A, B or C, which is not possible because white-collar crime, you don't pay the checks as kickbacks. You don't pay the money to the banks. It is always like, concealed forms like offshore companies and all that. So all over the world, particularly in British, it's Financial Crime Act. Then they have this latest, what is it called? It's called assets beyond something known source, and all these laws are there. So it is the public office holders undeclared wealth ordinance they have. So in Pakistan, they have completely destroyed the process of accountability, and now it seems that instead of accountability or anti-corruption, they have made it legalized that, okay, you do anything like 47 crores, it's okay, NAB cannot take. You can do it 2 cases of 47 crores each. This is, it's not according to the criminal justice. It is something that shows that the elite here, the parliamentarian here, and as Mr. Imran Khan said, that they don't consider corruption as a problem. And if a society or a nation doesn't consider corruption as a problem, then ultimately it's ruined. And this is what's happening, that we stand at the bottom of rule of law. As I told you, the purpose of NAB ordinance was not to put people behind the bars. It was to bring back the looted and plundered amount. So if you put somebody in jail for 10 years, it doesn't solve the purpose. But if you arrest somebody and he is willing to pay the amount he had looted, like if there is a case of 10 million against a person, and if he's ready to pay 10 million, so the scope of plea bargain helps that, okay, you are recovering the looted and plundered amount. But unfortunately, it was misused, and the amount that was fixed, because it was the NAB who had to fix that, okay, this much amount you have to return and you have to enter into a plea bargain. And if we had committed like 50 million corruption, if NAB authorities would say, okay, we have calculated the amount, it comes to 10 million, you pay 10 million and you won't go behind the bars, although that person is treated as a convicted person. But he would be happy. He would say, okay, I'm saving like 30, 40 millions, I'm paying 20 million to the NAB and I'm being allowed to go back. He would be ready, he'll go back, he'll do that again and again. He would say, take back this much. So the main thing is the law is all right, but the structure of NAB, that needs to be changed. NAB has political inductions, appointments in it. They don't have honest people in NAB teams, and on top, the chairman of NAB, who is appointed by the leader of the House and the leader of the opposition. The recent chairman of the NAB, who served there for 4.5 years, he was appointed by Mr. Shahid Khaqan Abbasi and the then leader of opposition, Mr. Khurshid Shah. Both are having mega corruption charges against them. Then how you can expect that they would appoint a person who would come and get them, or who would frame a good case against them regarding corruption? So they appoint a person who, instead of taking strict measures, facilitates them in their cases. Look, it gives a license for corruption. They have given this. It has given a clean chit to the politicians, most of them who are in the cabinet, that okay, their cases will be finished. You see cases against Asif Ali Zardari, the Omni Group. You see cases against Shehbaz Sharif, his son, money laundering. You know that Maqsood Patwari, who was a simple worker with having a salary of rupees 20,000-30,000, and he had like 4 billion in his account. So all these cases, so many others of Raja Biradran, of Khurshid Shah, and all these cabinet members. So they'll be out of the courts. These cases would be taken back. There would be no more charges against them, and they'll be happy and they'll be ready, and they'll allow this. And if it happens at the top level, what will the effect, the trickle-down effect would be that people who are working in low scales or in ordinary life, they will also start doing corruption at their own level. You won't be able to stop anybody. You won't. They would say, okay, look what's happening at the top, then why would I stop? So this would ultimately be a step towards taking the country into corruption, and that would become an order of the day.